Well, howdy diddly dandy there, chums. 'Tis I, Captain of the Steves, and today, chums, for you guys in the viewerverse, I'm going to try and get the dream aerial, and I'm going to try and find some living frigates in space. Heck yes. So I've seen Jason Play's video on how you go about doing this. I put a video in the top right hand corner, but first of all, I've got a full frigate fleet. So I need to dismiss some of my frigates. So the way that you dismiss a frigate is once you've found a frigate that you want to dismiss. So I'm looking at the stats and I'm trying to find the one that I feel I can let go. And I'm going to be dismissing this one here. So I want an equal number of trade ones, exploring ones, combat ones, etc, etc. And I'm hoping to have maybe 5 or 6 organic ones just in case I need to ever upgrade my living ship. Yes, so get some living frigates to send out on missions to bring those bits back. So yeah, it's just a case of carefully selecting the ones that I don't mind dismissing at this stage. But before you do any of this in the viewerverse, make sure you watch all of the video, because am I successful in getting a living frigate? Do you need to do this just yet? You might want to hold on, watch the video, because I run into some problems, I really do. Anyhow, now I need to be picking missions to send my frigates on. However, I'm going to need fuel. I'm going to need lots and lots of frigate fuel to craft. And you can see here, you need a lot of dihydrogen and tritium. Okay, so tritium you can get from shooting asteroids, but the dihydrogen, I get that from shooting planets. Yes, shooting planets. You heard me right. So fly on down to a planet. I find the airless worlds or some of these trophy type planet worlds are probably the better ones to do in my opinion. Mainly because you don't have to negate trees and things. And as long as you find one that hasn't got massive things sticking up. To be fair, the shell strewn ones are quite good. You know, or the ones with the little cubes on that look like they're Picasso or something. Those ones are great because you don't have massive great big things jutting out. On these ones you have quite a few big bits that you might crash your ship into at times because they spawn in last minute. But now that they've made it so things spawn in a lot quicker, you can see there the dihydrogen. Sometimes it spawns just as you're flying over it, but I find if you lock onto a compass direction and keep flying in that one compass direction, you just sort of meander, just snake left and right a bit, and you're just taking out loads of dihydrogen. You're going to get about 20 to 30 in each cluster that you shoot, which is not too bad. I mean, I put boots on the ground in a moment and show you how much you get from hoovering it up using a mining beam, and it's about the equivalent. You get just a tad more on foot, but it's like 2 or 3 more. It's hardly noticeable. So you're best just to shoot the freaking ground with a ship. I'm using the positron ejector and mine is fully upgraded though, keep that in mind. I also find if you fire missiles at it, you can take out quite a swathe of this stuff as well, but you don't get as much. It's odd. Positron ejector is the way to go for this. So if you haven't already got a fully upgraded positron ejector, you can just put boots on the ground and you're going to find dihydrogen around about maybe every 200 to 300 U's from one cluster anyway. So just doing maybe 2 melee strafe jumps will get you to another cluster on a smaller planet. On smaller planets, everything is closer together. On bigger planets, it's spaced out more. So try and find yourself a small planet or a moon. Moons don't have any water on, but they still have shed loads of dihydrogen. So there's another little tip if you want to do this on foot. So there we go, people. There's some tips for getting some frigate fuel, and you're going to need a heck of a lot of this. So right now, people in the viewerverse, what I would suggest is start just getting loads and loads of frigate fuel. Just mine dihydrogen, get a load of tritium, and try and make as much frigate fuel as possible, because you are going to be sending these missions out and these frigates out, especially if you want to be doing up your living ship. But then again, I don't know whether these new living freighters need frigate fuel or something else to fuel them. So yeah, I'm going to have to do a part 2 of this video. But what I would say is occasionally when you're debriefing these missions anyhow, if you are sending out your living frigate, if you got one during the expedition and you've already claimed it, because there's a problem around that that's coming up in this video, so stay tuned if you're having problems with claiming your living frigate, because I've got the same problem. I'm going to be submitting this to Hello Games. Yes, it's not good at all. In fact, I'm going to do a separate video just on that because I think it's that important. Anyhow, so I'm sending out all these sort of frigate missions, and if you are sending out your living frigate, if you're lucky enough to have got your Leviathan like I've got here, sometimes it brings back parts for your living ship, and I'm lucky enough to get some of those in this video, so I'm going to be installing a few bits inside of my living ship in a sec as well. Now what I've done is I've got my normal save, and I've also got a creative save, and I'm doing this on 2 different saves to see if I have any more luck, just to see whether I'm losing my freaking mind on this. Also, I've been speaking to Scottish Rod. Scottish Rod has been sending out his frigate missions every day trying to get this freaking aerial, the Dream Aerial, same as myself, and he's run into exactly the same problem. I've also got a group chat that we had from the meetup in 2019 where I've asked people in there whether they've managed to get the Dream Aerial, and so far the only people that are coming back to me to say that they've been successful are the people on PC Experimental. They're the only people at the moment, I think, that can get the Dream Aerial. If you've got the Dream Aerial on Xbox or on PlayStation 4 or on PlayStation 5, please let me know in the comments of this video and let me know roughly how many frigate missions you had to send out before it actually happened. Because you can see here, I've sent out loads. Now, if you have got the living frigate, like you're seeing on the screen right now, I did get a couple of upgrades for my living ship. So that's great. So if you have managed to claim it on your legacy save and stuff like that, hopefully you can at least do this. At least if you're sending it out, your living Leviathan frigate, you might get parts for your living ship. Bonus. Now, a lot of my frigates, they're already S-classed, so sending out, I can send out maybe 1 or 2 frigates on the mission to make sure I've got the star rating. So I'm completing the missions, I'm getting a lot of drops, and I'm not getting that Dream Aerial. Now, on Jason Play's video, he said maybe choose the missions that has got a longer duration. Some of my missions are taking 28 hours on my normal save. Yeah, 28 hours. I saw Jason Play's, the highest he had was something like 5 hours or something ridiculous. I've hit on up a creative save and I've been doing the same on my creative save, and the longer durations there are about 5 hours. So I guess as your ships get higher in status and go up to S-class, maybe the missions take a little bit longer to complete, which is a bit weird, isn't it? To be honest, they get better in freaking quality, yet the missions take longer to do. Go figure. The actual drops are supposed to get better though as they actually upgrade, so there we are, there is that, I suppose, swings and roundabouts. But as you can see here, I'm debriefing loads of missions. Now, Scottish Rod has been doing the same as me for the same duration as me, and I believe he's even adjusted his time to see if he can unlock it that way. However, we are both on PlayStation 5, so is that a real test? Probably not. I really need other people out there in the viewerverse to let me know if they've had any luck getting the Dream Aerial. And if you have got the Dream Aerial and you're on PC Experimental, make sure that you make that clear inside the comments. I'm on PC Experimental and it works for me, because I honestly think this is on PC Experimental. And I don't think Hello Games has put it inside their patch notes. We'll get to the patch notes in a bit, and I'll put them on the screen. And I've gone through them with a fine-tooth comb, and I can't see that it's in there as being an error. So it's a bit weird. It would be nice if they let people know, because the amount of frigate fuel I've used on this, the amount of planet shooting I've done, and dehydrogen gathering I've done, I'm at the point now where I'm thinking, well, maybe I should just frickin' duplicate a shed load of this blinking frigate fuel, because, yeah, it's a lot of dead gameplay if it's not actually in game right now. It really is. But yeah, let us know. I could be wrong. Maybe it is just random chance, and maybe you just have to keep going at this for days, and it's just pure luck whether you get this piece of tech turn up or not, which would be really poor in my opinion. But there we are. It is what it is. Right. So you will notice that my backpack changes colour at times when I'm actually doing some of this sort of debriefing. It's got little orangey bits on. And when you see the little orangey bits, that's when I'm inside a creative save. So here you go, you can see I've got like little orangey Nike ticks on my backpack. That's my creative save. It's hard to tell the difference. But it'd be nice if we could actually label our saves a little bit better, wouldn't it? Yeah, but anyhow, here we go. Let's hit this one up and let's go into here and let's see what we get this time. But I'm telling you now, I do not get any of this aerial thing pop up. But what I am getting is quite a lot of salvage frigate modules. You've probably seen a few pop up now, so it looks like this one's got a bit longer to go. Now they change colour, so if they're blue, they're still on mission. If they're green, they've completed the mission. If they're red, if you've seen the red ones, they're broken. You're going to have to go fix those ones. Righto, so now I'm just about to pick an actual frigate. I'm still in my creative save, and I'm looking for my living Leviathan frigate, because I've got a living ship to do up. Okay, haven't got my living Leviathan frigate, so I'm going to go over to the Nexus. I'm going to go and claim it, because yes, I completed the expedition, so yeah, I should be able to claim it, right? Here you go. I'm going to select organic frigate. It goes in the menu, straight out the menu before you can add to fleet. It doesn't give you a chance to click the frickin' button. I've tried all sorts. I've tried going into the other view perspective, tried getting down there really quick and hitting the button quickly. I've tried selecting, just tap to select. Still doesn't work. Can't actually claim the Normandy or the living frigate in my creative save, so I can't upgrade my living ship. Now, there's probably a lot of you out there that are thinking, right, now's the time to claim my Leviathan on my normal save after completing it on my expedition save. And you're probably in a worse boat than me. So yes, like I said earlier, I'm going to be making a separate video, just a small minute video, you know, without none of the stuff beginning or end, just as a bug video to send to Hello Games and say, please can you fix this. In fact, there's a few other annoying bugs. I might just make a bugs video and send that over to Hello Games. Top annoying bugs. And one of them is the fact that this dream aerial I don't think is actually in game. That's why it's quite quintessential that you, if you have managed to get this, you let me know in the comments, just in case it is just random chance and I just haven't been randomly lucky enough to get one. Alright, so awesome, so brilliant, eh? Yeah, keep an eye out for my bugs video, because when I put that bugs video out there, if you've got other bugs that aren't in that bugs video, put those in the comments, so when I send it over to the Zendesk, Hello Games have got loads of others, and when you put comments inside of videos, always put the version of what you're running on. If you're reporting a bug or whatever you're saying, oh, it works for me, I'm on PlayStation 4. Just saying it works for me and not letting you know what version it is doesn't really help anyone, you know? So yeah, please do that, but at the moment I'm not finding this dream aerial. So if you're doing the same as me and you're not having any luck in finding your dream aerial, I just want you to know you're not alone. Let's have a look at those patch notes that Hello Games put out. So here we go. These are the actual patches that Sean Murray, the hot fixes for day one. Okay, now look how many there are. Okay, now I don't know. You know, it's such a great update. I've already done a review of this, and I said, you know, it would have been a 10 out of 10 if it didn't come with so many bugs. And you can see all these bugs here, and some of them are quite serious, these bugs. And for the fact that they managed to make it in day one, it's just freaking mind-boggling how there's so many bugs. And I think there's more that Hello Games hasn't put on the list, including this dream aerial, because I'm fairly confident, people, that it's not in game. I'm not finding it anywhere, and I've run loads of these frigate missions. I've used up loads of frigate fuel, and I'm hoping you guys haven't started doing this just yet, and hopefully I can let you guys know in the viewerverse when this is actually in game and when it is working. But if you found differently, please let us know in the comments. Heck yes. Goodbye, goodbye, and goodbye again. Well, thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see, please hit a like and a subscribe, and I'd like to say a massive great big thank you to all of my backers over on Patreon and over on YouTube membership. Thanking you, backers! And if you want to support this channel, just don't skip the adverts. That throws revenue down my avenue. Or yeah, just stay with Captain Steve that little bit longer and hit something on this screen. There's merch here now too.